Prithvi Shaw. It's a name that, for a while there, was spoken in the same breath as Sachin Tendulkar, a true prodigy from the tough cricket grounds of Mumbai. His story has it all: unbelievable talent, a century on his Test debut, a career that just screamed greatness. But it's also a story of controversy, questions about his fitness, and some very, very public clashes. So let's get right into it.
And that's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? How on earth does a moment of pure redemption, a massive 100 you've just smashed against your old team, completely spiral into this ugly on-field fight? Well, to really get why it all exploded, you've got to understand the pressure cooker he'd been living in for years.
So just picture this. It's a preseason practice match, but it's between huge rivals, Mumbai and Maharashtra. The air is thick with tension. Prithvi Shaw gets out, and he immediately confronts the young bowler, Musheer Khan. Words are definitely exchanged. And then Shaw grabs his collar, he swings his bat, and all of a sudden, players and umpires are sprinting in, trying to tear them apart. It was chaos.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because in Mumbai, they have a specific word for this kind of thing, a rada. It basically means a messy, chaotic public brawl. And this on-field rada just instantly became the only thing anyone in the cricket world was talking about, totally eclipsing everything that had just happened with the bat.
So how did we even get to this point? To understand the fight, we have to rewind the clock a bit and look at the insane amount of pressure, the weight of expectation that's been on Prithvi Shaw's shoulders his entire career.
I mean, his career has been a total roller coaster. He just explodes onto the scene with all this hype, right? The next Sachin. And he actually delivers with that stunning century on his Test debut for India. But then things started to go sideways. His form dipped, and these whispers about his discipline and his fitness started getting louder and louder, and those issues would pretty much define the next chapter of his career.
And all of that led to this massive turning point, the complete breakdown of his relationship with his home team, the Mumbai Cricket Association.
After a really bad domestic season in 2024, Shaw was dropped from the Mumbai team. And look, the selection committee did not pull any punches. The official reasons they gave were straight up. His form was gone, his discipline wasn't there, and his fitness had become a really serious problem.
And if you want proof of just how serious those fitness concerns were, get this. Team management reportedly told the Cricket Association that his body fat was at 35%. The message couldn't have been clearer. If he wanted to come back, he needed a massive, massive change in his fitness routine. It was non-negotiable.
And this wasn't just stuff being said behind closed doors. The Mumbai captain at the time, Shreyas Iyer, came right out and said it publicly. He said, look, everyone gives Shaw advice, but it's on him to actually do the work. And then he dropped this line: we can't babysit him. That told everyone that the team's patience had just completely run out.
You could see where this was going. After getting dropped and not being able to find any form, Shaw made a huge call. He got the clearance from Mumbai and joined their biggest rivals, Maharashtra, saying he was looking for a better opportunity. I mean, this move basically guaranteed that there was going to be an intense, high-stakes showdown sooner or later.
And that showdown came in this practice match. For Shaw, this wasn't just another game. Oh no, this was his chance to send a message to every single person in that Mumbai dressing room who had doubted him, who had written him off.
And boy, did he send a message. He didn't just score a few runs, he absolutely dominated. 181, 181, smashed 21 fours and 3 sixes. It was just a brilliant, breathtaking reminder of that raw, undeniable talent that got everyone so excited about him in the first place.
And you gotta look at who he was doing this against. This wasn't some second-string bowling attack. He completely took apart a top-notch Mumbai lineup that had international stars and top domestic bowlers. He made them look average. So the point is, this was an incredibly high-quality innings performed under immense personal pressure.
This innings was it. It was his comeback. It was this powerful, defiant answer to every single criticism about his form, his fitness, his attitude. With his bat, he was literally rewriting his own story. But then, that story took a very sharp, very violent turn.
Which brings us right back to that flashpoint. Now, with all this context, the pressure, the history with Mumbai, that incredible comeback innings, we can finally start to understand what on earth happened next.
So what actually caused the rada?
Well, after Musheer Khan finally got Shaw out for that brilliant 181, he apparently gave him a pretty simple send-off. Just, thank you.
That tiny comment, that was the spark. But the powder keg had been building for years. The feeling of being thrown out by Mumbai, the public criticism, all the massive emotional energy he had just poured into that innings. That thank you was just the last straw.
And here's the ultimate tragic irony in all of this. That one act of aggression, born from all that pent-up frustration, completely wiped out the amazing comeback story he had just written with his bat. The headlines weren't about his magnificent 180 anymore. They were all about the fight, the collar grab, the swung bat. Once again, his temperament completely overshadowed his talent.
Which just leaves us with this huge, lingering question. Prithvi Shaw's story is this classic conflict we see in sports all the time. He has this once-in-a-generation kind of talent, but it seems like it's in a constant war with his temperament. And after all of this, you just have to wonder. For some athletes, is the very same fire that fuels their genius also the fire that threatens to burn everything to the ground?